Hello, good morning. Today we are going to present a video where we interview Alejandro Alvarez, where we'll ask you some questions about your professional.
Do you have professional degree?
Well, we are here at Victoria University. At the back, you can see is Melbourne. I am here at Melbourne, and this is the university, Victoria University. Which one are my qualification? Professional qualification. I am teacher, physical education teacher from Universidad Pedagógica Nacional in Bogota, and then I did a master degree in physiology in the National University in Colombia as well. And then I came here to Australia and I did an honors program, which is translated to a master degree as well in genetics and performance. And then I got a scholarship and I am doing a PhD in genetics and performance. I am creating a genetic profile for exercise training, taking into account 3 different phenotypes. I will respond the next.
How do you think Colombians sporting development from the on-site?
Here in the physiology lab, this is for research. We have another one which I will show you later on. How I do see the potential of sports in Colombia from here. I do see a lot of corruption. Professional teams in football, they are resign from the competition because of the corruption. I don't think there is a fair environment for players and coaches and people which is prepared to be in that environment. However, try to get involved and try to change it. That's my advice. That's the way that I see sports in Colombia. A lot of corruption, a lot of politics, and people without much preparation, to be honest. Hopefully the new generation is going to change that.
Guy, happy you decide to study in the area of sport.
Hello guys, we are here at Victoria University. This is the physiology lab for students. At the back you can see she's Evelyn, she's the technician from the lab. She's from Brazil. And the answer why I decided to study this is because I think the love from transmitted by my grandfather, which he played for Atletico Bucaramanga, and I played there as well. He played as a professional player. I was there in the Primera C or third division, and I think that's the main reason. Now I'm going to show you as well the other part of the room. Here, this is the other part of the room, and the main idea, as I said, is because the love transmitted by my father and my grandfather about the sports, and I think it's a really good environment to be involved with instead of being in a different environment. However, I think it still is too corrupt, especially back in Colombia, but hopefully the new generation is going to change it. And I think actually that you can change the next generation through sport.
What international articles had you researched?
How long did it take for me to practice my profession? I think I was lucky in that concern because I was working before I finished my profession. I was working since 2003, I think. Yeah, 2003. And I was studying, and at the same time I was working as a coach in one soccer school or football school in Bogota. At the same time I was studying, and I used that money to pay my studies. And I've been working in that environment for roughly 20 years already. I'm getting old. and I really did enjoy in my first class, my first coaching class. I never forget that one. That's why I think that I am in this environment. It's fantastic in that concern, in that sense as well. Let me show you here. This is another part of the university. In here is where we take the lactate threshold. In here, this is the lactate analyzers, and in that one, in the back one, in the machine that you can see at the back, is where we take the VO2 max. We have a couple of machines to do that. And over there at the back is the swimming pool and the sports facilities.
In what branch of your profession have you been able to practice?
Now we are here in the biochemistry lab. This is one of the branches of the discipline that I've been able to work with. In here we run some Western blotting, which is protein evaluation or assessment, and in here we do muscle evaluation and muscle fiber typing. And in here, let me show you here. In here we got mitochondrial respirations machines. They are in here. We put the piece of muscle in here, taking from one biopsy, and then we analyze the data here. We did see the mitochondrial respiration in these 3 chambers. We have 3. They are quite expensive. And in here we do cell culture. We take the muscle and then we cultivate some cells, and then we analyze them, we train them, and then we see how they respond to the training in an in vitro environment. And this one, this is my favorite one because it's where I passed most of the time. This is the PCR room, and in here we do genetic extraction, PCRs, and some sequencing, and then we analyze the genetic profile with the person that we are going to evaluate.
How long have you been practicing this profession?
Which international papers I have published as an author, as a main author? I have published 2 as a first author. One is in genetics and ACL, which is anterior ligament cruciate injury. And I discovered 2 new genes that are related to the injury. So the answer that I provide to the science was that if you got these 2 genes, you are more predisposed to get that injury. And from that experiment, I got the scholarship. That's why I got the scholarship. And the next paper that I have published is in the genetic profile. I went into the literature and I look after every single gene that I've been studying in exercise science, and which one have been physiological relevance, and then I put them in one exercise polygenic score, which is one of the part of my titles of my thesis. And I've been involved also in different papers, but not as a main author, as a co-author, which is methylation and differences between females and males, and also variability in the training. So you can see in ResearchGate that I have published a couple of papers, and now I am working in one book in neurotrophins and exercise, and also working obviously on my thesis and the next publication. The next one that is coming out from my thesis is the mitochondrial health index, which is one new measurement to measure, sorry for the repeating, this mitochondrial health index is going to measure, as I said, the health of the mitochondria. We know that the exercise improved the mitochondrial health. We are going to evaluate how how good is your mitochondria after 4 weeks of exercise training. It's about to be published, but it's still.
And what positive and negatives this have you have in the profession?
Positive aspects in my profession, many, a lot of friends, a lot of people, a lot of countries also. I've been in Argentina. I was playing there football for one team when I was in Colombia. Then I decided to come here to Australia. I know United States, so you can travel. It's quite good in that sense. Uh, different cultures. I think if you are in this discipline, uh, your approach to the world is different, because we know, for example, a lot of geography from the teams. We know the capitals in South America, not because the history and the geography teacher is telling us what is the capital of each country, but because we watch one tournament, Copa Libertadores, and this kind of stuff. So you can relate many things from sports to your life. Discipline, for example, commitment, never give up. These are the positive aspects. The negative aspects, I will say that the payment, the retribution in Australia obviously is a bit better, but it's very competitive at the same time. The consideration, or how the people is considering exercise and sports on their life now because of the pandemic is getting more relevance, and is becoming more important for people, but still the payment and the salaries from people that is graduated from exercise science is not as value as others. And also I think is very, very underestimate the.
Do you have any anecdote that has made you has coach?
One anecdote that I have, one story, a short one. I came here in 2015. Then I got a job as an assistant coach for the main team, for the senior women team. And one coach was sacked for bad treatment with the players, and then the club offered me that position. The story that I had with that team was perfect. I think never is going to happen again in my life. Why? Because I won. Since I took over the team, we never lost a game. We never lost a single game, and we won the league, and we won the NPL here, which is the National Premier League. This is the anecdote. I was lucky because I had a really good players.
Have you heard advice to people and what have studied the area of sport?
The advice that I can provide for people that is studying this profession is, please try to change the system. How? With knowledge, with preparation. Knowledge is going to provide you respect for others. That's the only way that I think you can try to change the things right now. Be patient. Be passionate about what you're doing, and also be patient. Never give up. And if you think that working only in senior environment or professional environment is going to provide you a good retribution, think please twice, because the most retribution, wonderful retributions that I have got from this sport are coming not from the top athletes, but from the bottom ones, from the juniors. So if you can